I remember once I went into a zoo and I was chased down this concrete ramp into the area where the giraffes are stored when they're not on display, which is a very small, cramped area with 10 giraffes occupying the space of what would be about 4 large cars, so there wasn't much room for them to move, and to stop them getting diseases in the winter months you'd fill them with antibiotics, of course, but that's a different story really. I was going down there, I was chased down there, and the all of a sudden I was locked in.
You know, really small, okay? And now, and the giraffes, you know. So, 10 of them, you know. This is really cramped, and I'm thinking, long necks.
And it was, I thought, this was some sort of disaster, of course, because I was quite young at the time, and I'd never slept overnight in a giraffe storage area before, and the overall sensation I had was that I'd never get out or something, or that I wouldn't at least get out in time to consume enough water or food to serve me well, which was true. In the end, I sort of dehydrated and passed out. And I think there was a saintly program, or a program about saints on television at the time, because there happened to be a television in there, and it was like songs of praise or something, but only for saints. And they would sing their hymns and so on, and one of the hymns was about sheep and shepherds and all that sort of thing, and how they should be converted to saints. And I remember a very stark image where this program was interrupted and my face came up on the screen all of a sudden, on the television screen, with a sort of, it's supposed to say lost, as in you're seeing this child, lost. Everyone's very worried about him, because he went missing at the zoo, because he was chased somewhere, we don't know where he was chased to, so please help us find him. It's supposed to say that, but instead it said wanted for breaking and entering and attempting to steal a fake torso from the Madame Tussauds Popeye exhibition, which happened to be going on at the same time. But in France, though, obviously I was distraught, because instead of having people searching for me to save me, they were searching for me to arrest me. And the police were looking instead of the usual search people. The police don't have torches. It was quite worrying, and the police have other jobs as well, so they're probably getting distracted quite a lot, and that prolonged my anxiety as I lay suffocating in this giraffe storage area. Anyway, weeks passed, and somebody finally decided to let the giraffes out, and I was discovered in a mountain of hay, just trying to see whether the clouds could form themselves into a message for me, staring up into the sky, And they found me. Someone saw me, shook me by the hand and said, "Well done, you've been waiting a long, long time, very brave of you." And then I was put into a police car, and I heard the sirens only just, because they sounded so far away. I was so used to being beneath the long, long neck of a giraffe, and I sort of had to get used to the peak that this giraffe was talking, that all close objects for some reason seemed a long, long way away. Anyway, they caught me, as they called it. They slammed the door so hard that the seatbelt got caught in it, and I said, "Isn't this dangerous or against the law?" And they said, "Yes, but we don't care about you." And then they drove on until they got to the traffic light, and then one of those big burly chaps with huge podgy shoulders opened the door for me and allowed me to unhook the seatbelt from the door. Finally, they threw me in a prison cell, and the prison cell was about the size of 4 large cars. They locked me in, and the next thing I was aware of was one person saying, "I think I've lost the key," and then a second person saying, "Don't you have a spare one?" And the first person saying, "Yeah, no, I don't have a spare one." And the second person saying, "Well, never mind. Where shall we go for lunch?"